Right here. Thank you. My name is Bailey Hilt, founder of Lucky Bailey Rides, and this is my story. Okay, enough of that. Today I'm going to update you all on my life and on my career. And some of you may already know, yes, I did quit my job at Toyota, and I'll explain some of that here shortly. But first, I want to explain how and why I got into sales in the first place. You're more than welcome to skip to the video, but I just want to explain how I got here. I first started in sales back in 2020. We had just moved from South Carolina to Florida. I was working at Pizza Hut a little bit. COVID had just started, so I didn't really get to go out much, but eventually I needed to get a real job. So my dad, he had been in car sales, been in the car industry, been in the sales industry for as long as I can remember life. And he brought it up to me saying, hey, they've got an opportunity here. Pulled me the Indeed app and said, hey, they've got a training opportunity for new car salesmen. Go try it out and join it. So that's what I did. So my first gig was at Kia of Cape Coral. At the time it was Facillo. And in my opinion, he's the best car sales marketer I've ever experienced in my life. He was amazing, phenomenal. Unfortunately, he passed away several years ago, but I've learned a lot from him. He was huge. And some of you guys know what that means. But I was there for several years, sold some cars here and there. I was 19 years old at the time. I eventually, though, that's where I met my wife. So I met her, I sold her an Anta vehicle, and she still has that car to this day, loves it, drives it everywhere she goes. I learned a lot being in that position. I learned how to communicate a little better, learned how to explain certain things. And there's a lot of people I respect a lot that are still there that have taught me a lot through life, not in just car sales, but just life in general, like getting me out of the house, marrying my wife, getting a vehicle when I needed to. We had a group that would hang out and they would, preach the gospel a little bit, kind of talk about what's going on in our lives outside of car sales, and eventually came to the point where one of the guys, his name's Jeremiah, he's an amazing guy. He's taught me so much in life. He brought me closer to Jesus that day. It was amazing. It did get to a point in time where things started to slow down. This was in February. I tend to don't do so well in February. I eventually did get let go. That was the first time I got fired, and the only time I've gotten fired. It taught me a lot in life, and it was honestly a blessing that it happened, because the relationship between my wife and I at the time, we were just dating. We didn't get to see each other much. I eventually hopped on with my dad. He sells RVs. He's very successful, good at what he does. He's a one-man show, so being his son, I was like, hey, it might be a good opportunity for me to learn things from my dad and try and sell RVs. I mean, totally different animal compared to cars. I mean, you're comparing a car to a car in a house. It's a lot. I learned a lot about the trade of selling RVs, but the nice thing about working for my dad was I had a lot of time. I had a lot of time outside of work. If I needed a week off or a trip somewhere, I was able to take it off like that. My relationship with my wife grew so much, and it was a blessing that it happened. But at the same time, there wasn't enough money between the both of us. What I had to do was do what I know best, and it was car sales. I eventually left my dad's store and applied at a Mitsubishi dealership, Fort Myers and Mitsubishi. It was a very fun store to work at. And you're talking, just south of downtown Fort Myers, a lot of traffic, very busy. It was a different sales process that I wasn't used to. You guys know car sales. A lot of times your salesperson goes up, presents the numbers to you, kind of works to go that way. Eventually the manager kind of comes in. They call it a TO, a turnover. Here is more of just a turnover right off the bat. I would get the information I needed from the customers, pick out a car, credit application, kind of pre-qualify them a little bit, and then I hand it to my managers, and they would kind of come out and close it. It was nice. Sold a lot of cars there. I was one of the top salespeople there at the time. Eventually, Jeremiah, who works at Kia of Cape Coral, called me back and said, hey, would you want to come back? I thought about it a little bit because I thought, the opportunity I had in Mitsubishi was very, very good, but I was like, you know what? I've got such a great experience. I've had such a great experience at Kia of Cape Coral that I said, you know what? Let's try it out again. I actually went back to Kia of Cape Coral, worked there for about a year and a half, and it was doing very, very well there. I was very happy with the money I was making. I still had time to spend with my wife. They actually gave me 2 weeks off, actually a month off, because I had 2 weeks for the wedding and then 2 weeks for the honeymoon. So they gave me plenty of time off. It was a great place to work for. Eventually they went through management change. I wasn't really fond of it too much. I decided to leave and went back to selling RVs with my dad. We had this plan to do a lot of things, made a lot of changes, and when I was there, I eventually grew the inventory double of what it was. But again, it was in the same situation where the market was going down and there weren't as many people wanting to buy RVs. This was in end of 2024, going into the beginning of 2026 is how long I worked there for. Spent a lot of time. My wife and I during that time went to Colorado, Tennessee, Hawaii, which is an amazing trip. Went on a cruise at the end of the year. I think we went to Ohio once too. I mean, we did a lot last year. I mean, it was amazing. I only had that opportunity because I was working with my dad. As my wife and I discussed, if you want to make a lot of money, you got to take away a lot of time in most cases. What I was doing was using more time, making less money. I decided, hey, I need to get back into the cigar business, and right down the street from where we lived at the time, there was a building, construction going up. It's from the car dealership. After doing some research, found out it was a Toyota dealership, and I looked up the name, Fred Anderson. I'm very familiar with Fred Anderson. I actually worked not too far from them up in South Carolina, so they were one of our competitors. They're a great company to work for. They've been nothing but great to me. But during that time, my baby was born, so I took 2 weeks off. So I missed the opening portion of it, but I was there a week after grand opening. Spent about 3 months there until recently I had just quit. I was so excited to work there. I spent a lot of my own money to kind of grow my own brand, which is Lucky Belly Rides now. I mean, I spent $100 on business cards. I mean, I got them all here still, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. I also had plans to send out postcards, and I did send out several, and I've got about 200 left here, so if any of you guys want them, you're more than welcome to take them. I also got this little guy here, Mr. Lucky. He's my little mascot. And in a lot of my videos, you've seen this pin right here. I love this thing. Kind of represents who I am, the little red hair. This brings me to luck. I mean, I spent a lot of my time, a lot of money, a lot of energy into this company to try and grow my own self-brand, because when you're in car sales, if you're a salesman, you're generally your own little business. You want people to keep coming back to you to keep buying cars from you. Yes, the dealership's great and all, but if the dealership's doing great but I'm not, what's going on with me? So I wanted to build a brand for myself, so I started doing a lot of social media with myself, which that dealership gave me the opportunity to do social media. I met a lot of great people, a lot of very influential people, a lot of people that are big into social media. They've taught me a lot about what to do and what not to do in my videos. But some of the reasons, as you guys may want to know, why I left. Well, the people that know me best, I mean, car sales is a lot. It's a lot to handle. I mean, it's one of the most mentally draining jobs out there. You got to think, you're spending all of your time at this dealership and little time with your family. I mean, if you're not at the store and you haven't been around for, say, 10, 15, 20 years and you haven't built that customer base yet, you're working your butt up to try and get some customers. And if you're not out there, you're losing money. And it's almost like one of those things where you had to go in on your off days. And if you go, if you take your day off, you're kind of ruining that momentum of getting your customer base up. For my wife and I, it was just very hard because, you work some days, 10, 12, 13, 14 hours, and I come home tired. I've been talking to people all day. And for me, it was to, make a decision for myself. Do I keep doing this, trying to make money for my family, but miss out on my newborn baby, growing up, miss out opportunities with my wife, to talk to her, have conversations with her. And I've been thinking about starting a business for quite some time now. But the difficult thing about starting a business is that you need time to actually think about what you want to do, brainstorm, and then work towards it. But in the car business, it's very difficult. And people have done it. I've met a lot of people that have done it before. I don't know how they've done it, but for me, I needed that time to be able to sit, think about what I want to do, and then start it from there. I decided to make this change. It was a few weeks ago from when I'm making this video to leave. Very weird feeling to, you're just done, and I'm still unemployed. I don't have an idea what I'm going to do yet besides this business opportunity, which I'll go into here shortly. But I very much want to thank the car industry for teaching me a lot about life, being able to communicate with people, learn how to go through different objections with different customers. It's a lot of rejection therapy, being able to get told no a lot of times, and it kind of wakes you up a little bit because not everything's rainbows and daisies. Nobody's going to say yes to spending $80,000 on a truck. That's just not how it is. So now, what am I doing? What's this business going to be? Well, I'm keeping Lucky Belly Rides. A few days ago, I applied for an LLC, so it's a Lucky Belly Rides LLC. And the way I came up with my decision as far as what I'm going to be doing as a business kind of came back to what am I familiar with? What's my background like? As I looked into it, I went through everything. There's porta potty rentals, there's cleanup crew, there's window wash, and there's all these different things I could have done, but I chose this because I'm very familiar with it. I'm going to be looking into RV inspections. As I mentioned earlier, I've sold RVs twice. I'm very familiar with different models. We were a consignment dealership. My dad's still there now. Dealt with everything from base model travel trailers up to Prevost models. It's insane. So I've learned a lot about RVs. And before I started selling, when I worked with my father way back in the day, I actually inspected one of them before. So I've got somewhat of an idea how it is, but there's a lot to learn. I'm not an expert when it comes to it, so I'll be learning with you guys here. I do plan on posting future videos. I have not created yet, but plan on posting future videos of how I'm creating a business, where I came with my logo, what I'm going to be doing as far as the business, what things I might need for it, just so you guys can kind of learn if you guys want to start your own business in the future, because I know there's a lot of people out there that want to just be their own boss. Being in car sales made me realize how much of that I wanted. I finally started my LLC. I got the notification yesterday that it went through, so I'm waiting on a few other things because I want to eventually get my own business bank account, business credit card, so I can start. There's a lot of expenses, if you want to get your own website, you got to pay for a domain. If you want to get your own email address, you got to pay for that. You've got to get a registered agent, and I'm paying a company to do that for me. There's a lot of things that you need to keep on check just to make sure you're following guidelines. So I'll show that to you guys on how I'm doing that, just so you can apply it to your own lives and start a business. My hope is with this business, as far as being an RV inspector, just to get into the details of that. In the state of Florida, you do not need to be certified. Now, it does help you out as far as getting clients to be more trusting of what you're doing. But in the state of Florida, you don't need a certification. So right now, I'm not certified, but I'm hoping that as I grow, I can eventually get into a point where I am RV certified, and it's a whole process to get that done. So hopefully I can get into that in the future. Now, I like to get into home inspecting too. And again, you do need a certification in the state of Florida for that. So eventually I'll grow into that. And then hopefully with this business, because now I have an LLC, I can grow into multiple other things as well. I'm not sure what they're going to be yet, but I'd be interested to hear any comments, ideas that I could start myself. So yeah, just be on the lookout for future videos. I'll be posting on my Instagram, my TikTok, my Facebook, and obviously YouTube here. You'll see some videos there. And please comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Tell me if you think I'm doing is good, bad. I'll hear anything. I love criticism. I love constructive criticism. It really teaches me a lot. And it would really help me out if you like the video. So please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I look forward to seeing you guys in a future video. Bye.